Hi bookish friends, my name is Jackie and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be the start of my Christmas and holiday book reading vlog. So today is Tuesday, December 9th, and I'm planning to do this over the span of a week. I'm currently in the middle of my first book for this reading vlog, but I thought it would be a fun experience to read some holiday books and record my thoughts on them. That way I can get through some of the books on my 10 before the end list and on my December TBR. Okay, so there's like 4 different holiday books that I'd like to read for this reading vlog. The first one is The Christmas Crush by Noelle Douglas. I'm actually currently reading this. I'm about 50% of the way through, so it will feature in this reading vlog for sure. And then I have a few other options of things that I'd like to try to get to, but they're not completely solid. I might end up picking these up for this vlog or picking up some other books. First is A Surprise for Christmas, edited by Martin Edwards. This is a bunch of seasonal mysteries from the British Library of Crime Classics. So I'm excited to read through these. I think it'll be fun to read it sporadically throughout the vlog. So hopefully I can just read 1 or 2 of these a day. That's kind of my hope. But yeah, it's basically featuring a bunch of different short stories, which I think is going to make it easy and digestible to get through. We have a postman who was murdered while delivering cards on Christmas morning, a Christmas pine growing over a forgotten homicide, and a Yuletide heist going horribly wrong. So there's a lot of murder, but also magic in the air in this one. And it's basically up to the detective's trained eye to unwrap the clues and neatly tie together an explanation. So I think it'll be really fun to read this. It seems perfect for this time of year. Even though we don't really have cold weather where I'm at, I'm going to imagine that this is something that I'm reading by the fire and maybe have a cup of hot chocolate while reading this, because I think that will add to the atmosphere and vibes of it. But I don't know if I'll read this all in one sitting or just spread it out. I'll let you know what I end up doing as the vlog progresses. Another one I want to get to for this vlog is Good Spirits by Borison. This is a 2025 holiday release, and it's basically a magical holiday themed paranormal romance, which I am so down for. Sign me up for it, please. It's basically following this ghost named Nolan Callahan, who's assigned to haunt Harriet York, a kind-hearted people pleaser who runs an antique shop. He has to guide her through her past, present, and future, and it challenges the boundaries between life and the afterlife. I'm so excited for this. I think it's a Christmas Carol retelling, which is always super fun for me. Last year I read The Afterlife of Holly Chase and I absolutely adored it. So I'm really hoping that this will also rekindle that magic for me and give me some of the things that I really enjoyed about that book this holiday season. So I'm excited. I think this is going to be the next audiobook that I end up picking up after I finish The Christmas Crush, and I can't wait to dive into it. I know so many people have absolutely adored this and really enjoy B.K. Borison's writing, so I'm excited to give her writing a try and dive into this one. And then finally, the last one that I kind of have envisioned for the vlog is In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. This is a holiday romance novel about Malin Jones, who ends up getting stuck in a time loop. And if you know anything about me, you know that I really love time travel, time loops, any kind of books that manipulate time. I tend to enjoy those a lot, so I'm excited for that. She ends up reliving the same Christmas over and over again at her favorite cabin in Utah after a romantic mistake. And she has to end up breaking this loop and winning the heart of her true love while trying to navigate a love triangle with 2 brothers. I don't know if the love triangle aspect of it is going to be something that I will enjoy. We'll have to see how it plays out, but I do know that I have liked Christina Lauren's writing in the past. I read The Soulmate Equation and really enjoyed that one, so hopefully this will be one that I end up liking. And it seems like it'll be really funny and heartwarming and maybe even a little steamy, which is definitely something I'm looking for. I'm looking for some nice, fun, and lighthearted books, maybe even some steamy reads thrown in there to just help me through this like slumpy period of reading that I've been in and put me into the holiday spirit as well. The first book that I ended up picking up for this reading vlog is The Christmas Crush. This is also one that's on my 10 before the end list, and I've actually started listening to the audiobook of it. I think I'm about halfway through, so I anticipate that I'm going to finish this probably tomorrow, and I am really enjoying it so far. It's such a cute contemporary holiday romance. It's set in a small town following a baker named Lawrence and a marketing executive named Elena who clash after her company threatens his shop. he runs like this cookie store, and it's so cute. It's giving me a little bit of like Gilmore Girl vibes, but in the best way, but very holiday themed, and I think it's adorable. They have this sort of enemies to lovers dynamic going on at the beginning of this, and they quickly change from being enemies to friends and then lovers. It's definitely a very lighthearted, fun read. I wouldn't go into this kind of expecting it to be revolutionary or anything that's going to like challenge your mindset, but I think it's a fun ride so far and very much needed after I just finished reading Wicked. So I needed something light to pick up, and I'm enjoying my time with it. It really feels like a Hallmark style movie in a book, and I'm just enjoying it so much. The relationship dynamic that's forming between Elena and Lawrence is really fun, and some of the other side characters really add to it. In particular, I really enjoy Elena's best friend, and we also have Lawrence's best friend, and also there's a dog named Sugar in this. What's not to like about it? I'm really enjoying it so far. At the point where I've left off, things are starting to get a little steamier, and I can't wait to finish it, hopefully tomorrow, and give you my updated thoughts then. Okay, so today is Friday, December 12th. I'm sorry that I haven't really updated you in the last couple of days. I've just been busy filming other things and doing some other tasks. I will make sure to add in any B-roll footage I have before this clip, but I did end up finishing The Christmas Crush, and I'm so happy that I ended up reading this. It has such a beautiful final resolution. Ugh, I loved it so much. It was so cute. The third act breakup in the book was related to our female main character's abusive boss. He was kind of interfering with a cookie recipe that she and the male hero had developed and created, but this was really fitting for the story. I kind of saw something like this coming for quite a bit, but I didn't feel like it was dragged out, which I greatly appreciated for it. I love how well the hero and heroine of the story really complemented each other, and it seems like they are opposites, and yet at their core, they share a lot of similar traits and values. So it's a great example of the opposites attract trope. I feel like it's a very well done version of it because I feel like true opposites don't always necessarily attract or mesh well in relationships, but these two really did because at their core, they're very similar. It seems very realistic, and it also doesn't have you wondering what they really see in each other. Their initial hatred or distrust of the other was really short-lived, and I loved their progression from friendship to romance. I think it was paced fairly decently, and overall, this is just a fun ride. I don't know if I'm going to give this like a 3.5 or 4 star. I think I'm gonna give it a 4 star. Let's be fair. I really enjoyed this one. I'm glad that I picked it up. Actually, I think I'm gonna land on like a 3.75 star. It was really cute and adorable, but nothing really mind-blowing. I don't think it expanded the box in any real way, but I still found it to be a fun ride, and I'm glad that I read this. This is definitely great to read in this holiday season. If you're looking for another recommendation, definitely pick up The Christmas Crush. Okay, I also wanted to update you to let you know that I've actually picked up Good Spirits. So we've gotten a little context for how Harriet is living her life. She is our female protagonist in this, and she has like supposed Scrooge-like behavior. This is definitely a Christmas Carol retelling. And at the beginning, we are just meeting our male hero, who is the ghost of Christmas past. So we're just getting a lot of initial setup with the story, and I love the fact that he's Irish. Like, I adore that so much. Ugh, I love his accent. I'm listening to the audiobook for this, and just hearing the male narrator's voice in this is so beautiful. I hope that he brings some charming energy to the story going forward. So far, it's strongly reminding me of The Afterlife of Holly Chase, which I ended up reading last year in the holiday season, but this is more of an adult version of the story, I think. We have Nolan, who's working as this ghost of Christmas past, and basically it's almost like a day job that he has. This is really similar to The Afterlife of Holly Chase, because Holly is working as a ghost, and it's basically, again, like a day job that she has. However, our focus is kind of shifted. So Afterlife of Holly Chase, she is the ghost. In this one, our hero is the ghost, and our heroine is the living person, which is kind of a reversal of roles there. And he's looking for help with this very difficult Scrooge, who is Harriet, our heroine. I think this is going to have a bit of a twist, though, because it seems like Harriet's actually maybe a nice person. Maybe she's not actually a Scrooge and there was a mistake that was made. I can't wait to see how this gets explored later on, and I wonder how things will play out. So far, I'm really enjoying this. I love any A Christmas Carol retellings. I think they're great to read around the holiday time, and I'm starting to see why this is so beloved. Hopefully this continues in this vein and I end up enjoying the rest of it. Okay, so those are just some of my updates for this. I will give you another update on Good Spirits soon. That will be either when I finished it or when I have more thoughts to share. And then I'm going to be picking up the mystery anthology called A Surprise for Christmas. I'm not entirely sure if I will get to In a Holidays in this vlog, but I will definitely keep you posted on my plans for that. I'm going to try to read the mystery anthology over the weekend and maybe into Monday so that I can have this vlog completely finished by Tuesday. Okay, now I'm back for a quick update. I just wanted to let you know that today is Tuesday, December 16th. It's supposed to be the official last day of this reading vlog, but I've decided that I'm going to extend things for a few more days. I just want to make sure that I have time to finish the books that I wanted to finish for this. So I'm currently about 50% of the way through Good Spirits, and I still have yet to read A Surprise for Christmas, this anthology. I'm hoping to read this in the next few days and to finish Good Spirits very soon. But for Good Spirits, I just basically want to say that I've been enjoying it so much. It's so funny. Like, I found myself giggling and laughing out loud through throughout many parts of it. It's a lot more humorous than I was initially expecting, which I really appreciate, and I'm so glad that I picked it up. It's a super fun Christmas romance, and it's kind of subverted the A Christmas Carol retelling tropes, which I think is great. We've gotten some more progression in the relationship between Harriet and Nolan, and also we see that Nolan's magic is kind of going a little bit haywire. We don't really know why he has been sent to haunt Harriet, because it seems like she's just a really good person. So all of those things are kind of at play here. And meanwhile, the relationship is deepening and their romance is developing, but we know that they have a very limited time together. I don't know how this is going to be resolved. I'm a little nervous for how things are going to play out, but I'm still excited nonetheless. I've been loving it so much. And I did reading sprint earlier today, which was really fun. I was listening to it then and working on my Written in My Own Heart's Blood notes, and it was just a great time. Thank you to everyone who joined me for that. But I'm going to be doing some more reading sprints soon, and I'm hopeful to pick up a surprise for Christmas during some of those. But yeah, overall, I just want to say that Good Spirits is a lot of joyful fun. We're getting some more backstory for both Harriet and Nolan in the story. So we're learning more about Nolan's childhood, his relationship with his parents, and also Harriet and her difficult relationship with her mother and the close bond that she had with her aunt, how she's always been looking for love and always seeking that out. And she almost reminds me a little bit of the heroine of Unloved by Peyton Corinne, in the sense that Ro from Unloved is also seeking out this love, and she's desperately looking for it in different places and trying to do whatever she can to be loved because she's found that lacking in her life. And I feel like Harriet is similar in some of those aspects, but I'm really enjoying her character. I think if I'm comparing this book so far to one of my favorite books of 2025, then it's definitely going to be a pretty highly rated book for me. I don't know if this is going to land in the like 4-star, 5-star realm yet, but I don't think it's going to be a 3. I think it's going to be higher than that. And I think I like this even more than The Christmas Crush. I'm loving this one so much. I'm so glad that I've been enjoying this much. I have a couple of other BK Borison books that I love to read. I love to read Love Light Farms. I don't know if that's gonna happen for this Christmas season, but maybe next year. And I also have First Time Caller, but I know that one has some more mixed reviews. But overall, I've been really enjoying Good Spirits. I love the ghostly haunting vibes of it, and I'm just loving the character progression. I like that it's not following the Christmas Carol like format exactly, which I appreciate. And it's also reminding me just a little bit of The Afterlife of Holly Chase, which I also really loved. So I'm comparing it in my mind to a lot of books that I've enjoyed, and I haven't found it lacking in that sense. I can't wait to see what will happen in the last 50% of this, and when I have some more thoughts to share, I'll fill you in on them. It might just be once I finish the book because I've just been flying through it, but I'm loving it. I just wanted to tell you that. And I'll also be including some B-roll footage before and or after this clip of like some Christmas shopping that I ended up doing. We went to this really nice luxurious mall and we didn't buy anything that special. We just bought some candles, but I wanted to include some clips of all the Christmas decorations because it was absolutely stunning, and hopefully it'll give you some of the perfect cozy holiday vibes. right, now I'm back. Today is Monday, December 22nd, and I just wanted to close things off for this vlog. I did end up finishing Good Spirits, so I wanted to give you a little bit of an update on that and my final thoughts on it. And I'm still currently reading A Surprise for Christmas and Other Seasonal Mysteries, that anthology. For Good Spirits, I really loved the relationship progression between Nolan and Harriet and how that happens. I really felt connected to their journey and to their romance throughout the story, and at the end of this, I can really say it was such a beautiful journey they went on. They both had such major character arcs, and they were the key to unlocking answers about their own past and destiny, which is something that I found to be really beautiful to read about. This book was sort of like a subverted A Christmas Carol retelling, but in the absolute best ways. I loved how Harriet wasn't really a Scrooge, and neither was Nolan. It takes the story in a very different direction, which I found to be both very fun and refreshing. I love the subtle nods we have to Charles Dickens' original story within the book, and I liked getting to know about Harriet's backstory, and especially the complicated relationship that she seems to have with her family and with her mom especially. It really adds another layer of depth to the story. I really enjoyed the time travel components of this, but I will say that Nolan felt pretty modern. That was one of my critiques of him. He didn't really feel like someone who'd actually died over a century ago, rather he felt like someone who could be living in the 21st century. I get that the author did this to add to his appeal to modern readers, but since he's someone that has been supposedly dead for over a century, that just didn't feel entirely realistic for me. I really adored the dual narration in this. I think it added to my overall enjoyment of the story and my immersion in the reading experience. My biggest critique is I wish he would have gotten some more information on Nolan's backstory. I feel like these areas were a little more limited within the text, and I wanted to know more about his parents, his friends, things like that. All we really get is a little bit about his mother and his job working as a fisherman, but we don't really get a lot outside of that. I think it felt a little bit limited in terms of his family and internal motivations. At the end of the day, what was really driving him? That's something that could have been explored more, and I would have really liked to get more about that. The resolution at the end felt very earned within the story. Like, after the whole journey we go on, it really feels like a reward because the writing and character development was there to lead us to this very satisfactory ending, which I really appreciated. I'm really pleasantly surprised by how much I loved this holiday romance, and I love that the story delivers its happily ever after. I feel like this is such a beautiful full circle moment. I just really enjoyed this so much. If you're interested in checking out Good Spirits by B.K. Borison, I highly recommend you pick it up because it's ended up being one of my favorite books of 2025. I also want to give you a brief update on A Surprise for Christmas and Other Seasonal Mysteries, edited by Martin Edwards. So this is a collection of British crime classics. I haven't finished reading it. It's like an anthology set here, which I like how he cultivated these stories. There's a little note at the beginning of it kind of mentioning how Edwards put all of these famous works together, how he decided what to include in this, and I thought that was intriguing and added to my understanding of what the stories are going to be. It seems like there's going to be a lot of detective stories in this so far. I've read only a couple of them, so they're both detective stories, and I think especially in the first one I was a little bit confused by certain references since these are like crime classics, so they were written in the 18 and 1900s, and these are not modern writings, so there's some things and some detective references that you just might not entirely understand unless you're really big into reading crime and detective fiction, and especially the historical ones, and you know your references very well. Otherwise, I think it was a little bit hard in that sense, but I am enjoying them so far. I don't know how I'm going to feel about the collection as a whole. For me, I feel like there's some barrier to entry with reading this. I probably should have started with something else, but I wanted to pick this one up because it is all Christmas themed and these are seasonal ones. I am really loving those nods and aspects to these short stories, so I will try to finish this one by the end of the year. I think I can definitely read this before 2025 ends. I've already made good progress. I'm like 50 pages in of 300. So this will be one that I will get to before 2026 rolls around for sure. And hopefully this will be one that I end up finishing by Christmas. Okay, so that's gonna be the end of this reading vlog. I hope you've enjoyed hearing my thoughts on the 3 books that I read for this. These were The Christmas Crush, Good Spirits, and A Surprise for Christmas and Other Seasonal Mysteries. I also really hope that you've enjoyed some of the B-roll footage and this has helped you to get into the festive spirit. This is going to be my penultimate video before Christmas, so I hope you have a wonderful Christmas, happy holidays, whatever you celebrate story. I really hope you spend time with people you enjoy or doing things you really, really love, or both. And I can't wait to see you in my next videos after the holiday. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate you all so, so much. Wherever you are in the world, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you for some more Bookmas content soon. Bye!